I streamed live on Thursday for Setup for Home GymCon. I figured I would do what you guys requested, which is come back while the show is in full swing here on Saturday. And so I want to kind of walk you around the floor. It is in the heart of the show. It's just afternoon on Saturday. Lots of people are here. There's 4 times as many tickets sold today as there were for Friday. So this show is packed. It is going. All the contests are going. There's 7 contests going. So what I want to do is walk you guys around with me in the show. If you're joining live, drop any comments you have, any questions you have. If you want me to scoot over and see a particular booth, I'll try and do that for you. If you're watching on the recorded version, what I want to do is this is going to take, these live streams take, it turns out, about 12 to 14 hours to upload. So you'll probably see it the next day. But still, drop any comments you have. I'm happy to answer any questions about the show. But let me flip this camera around. Right now we are on top of the swing sesh, which gets us a good look at the show. So I want you guys to see, so the show goes all the way around that corner down there to the left and then expands all the way through this giant convention hall. So you can see everything here, just how extensive this show is, just how many booths, just how much stuff is going on. And as we walk around, you'll see everybody's set up now. When I walked around on Thursday, everybody was not set up. There was still a lot to be done. There was trash everywhere. This show came together. All credit goes to Jake for getting this thing set up from Garage Gym Experiment. This show is absolutely a really fun time. So let me get down off of this piece right here and we'll start walking around and show you guys around a little bit. So we're gonna come down off of this. And I'm gonna apologize, a few of you commented that I need a gimbal. You are not incorrect. So if anybody wants to send me a gimbal, that would be great. But I will try and smooth this out for you guys as we walk around. So I'm going to try and point out some stuff I haven't pointed out or shown in videos. But as we walk through, Mutant Metals is here. There are a lot of small fabricators here that bring really cool handcrafted stuff made in the United States, amazing finishes. Mutant Metals is known for their finishes. So, you know, like when you see something like this, like that's the kind of stuff you can get when you've got independent creators and fabricators making things for your gym. This is their UDA. And oh, check this out. So, oh, do that again. Oh, check that out. That is so cool. So, looks like we've got some iridescent UV reactive stuff. That is sweet. Oh, wow. That's sick, man. That's really cool. So there's reasons to come here. This stuff just doesn't come across online. I'm going to guarantee you it's cool that looked at it on video here, that it looks even cooler in real life. So really, really awesome stuff. Glad I got to show you that. Coming back around here, let's walk through and get to so here we have Bolt. I know you guys asked me to see some Bolt stuff. Bolt is a kind of an up-and-coming company. They've got a smaller booth this year than they did last year, but they brought some really cool stuff. Their branding is good. Looks like their construction and build quality is pretty solid. Some really interesting chest-supported row machine here. Got quite a bit of stuff going on. They've got some all-in-one trainers over here, but Bolt has a relatively decent-sized booth here this year. And for those of you who always complain that your dumbbell isn't big enough, here we've got a 350-pound dumbbell. One of the cool things here is that there's lots of contests, there's lots of feats of strength type stuff. So it's a really interesting place to come and see how strong you are compared to some other beast human beings that are here. So here's the functional trainer that you guys had asked me to show you, the all-in-one by Bolt. Really large weight stack in the back there. Smith machine functional trainer. Looks like a counterbalance Smith machine on this one. So this is something you guys had asked me to show you. Love their branding, by the way. I mentioned that on the Thursday tour. So here is Rogue's booth. Relatively busy. All right, we're gonna walk over here. I wanna show you guys something interesting. I'll probably make a standalone video about this, but if not, you'll catch it on this live stream. So when I looked at the map for Home GymCon, I saw that Major Fitness had bought a very large booth. And my first reaction to some of the guys back channel were like, hey, that's cool. At least, you know, they're really gonna bring their stuff and put it next to everybody else's stuff. So even though they have, I think, the third largest booth here at Home GymCon, I want you guys to notice something. Let's see, where's the Major Fitness equipment? Giant booth. We've got a game. We've got a couple of carnival games. We have got some tables. Lots of really loud music, if you can hear me. Tons of really loud music. We've got a DJ. We've got some colored uprights. But yep, there's a DJ. So we've got a DJ. And oh, here we've got some equipment. We've got a little rack here in the corner. We've got their leg press hack squat that they've always had. We've got their F22 Raptor. And we've got their B52. And more open floor space. So I'm going to get away from the loud noise. But what I wanted to point out about that is that, you know, you guys hear me talk a lot about companies either being fitness manufacturers or being marketing companies. And you've heard me call out Major specifically as a marketing company. Lots of form and no substance. Their racks are just as mediocre or less than mediocre as they've always been. Notice how many people are looking at them, which is nobody. And they just don't hold up to anything here. So it's not surprising that they took this big booth, which cost them a lot of money, spent a lot of marketing dollars, tried to make it flashy, and here are people who are serious about home gyms. Every other spot on this floor is crowded. Look how many people are here. So here's one of the competitions. There's a powerlifting competition over here. But this place is packed with people. There are tons, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people here. The only booth that doesn't have anybody in it, I mean, look, even the red light therapy booth has several people waiting for help. Major Fitness has got nothing. So, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan, but for all of you guys out there who are considering spending money on stuff and you're looking for that budget level stuff, I would definitely still recommend RitFit. I would definitely recommend Force USA. But as you can see by Major, they really are more of a marketing company than anything else. All right, on to the next one. So here's Big N's Iron over here. Here's an interesting one. I'm just not going to comment, but I will show you their plates. So there's some Big N's, I guess. And some of the best marketing in the show right here, speaking of marketing, that you're doing. Finish on these plates is very, very cool. Check that out. There's some GymCrafter green on that, although it is a 35-pound plate, so doesn't necessarily count. But all kinds of smaller vendors here. Here's more competitions. Here's the Olympic lifting competition. All the competitions are in full swing right now. So really enjoying. This is the warm-up area for the Olympic lifting. Over here, we have the Oli lifting competition here. And then what we've got is another competition on this side. So, awesome place to be. You've got a ton of people here, lots of people to talk to. No matter what your preferred strength sport is, you're going to be able to find people here that are kindred spirits. I've got a lot of the women's competitions going on, some of the strongest women I've ever seen. If you've never seen competitions live like this is a really fun thing to see how it is, to see just how strong some of these people are. And one thing for me is when you look at a lot of these people, a lot of the commenters online will look at them and go, that person doesn't even look like they lift. And then they go ahead and lift an insane amount of weight because technique is so important. Watching people power lift with perfect technique has been really, really enjoyable and a really, really fun time. I've talked a little bit about customizing your gym. Here's 922 Designs. I've already had a conversation with him about some stuff for the gym back home with the new logo. I will show you Ashton over at Freedom Fitness made me a new logo. Not maybe a new logo, but maybe something cool. But if you're looking to customize your gym, 922 designs, magnetic rack badges, bench wraps, barbell end caps, everything's laser made, laser engraved, veteran owned and operated, made in the USA. Really, really cool company. You're going to be seeing some stuff in my gym from these guys, and just one of the many places here to customize your stuff. This year there's more cardio than there ever has been before, so if you're looking to try some of these manual $5,000 treadmills, you can't see them in a lot of stores, so it's a nice place to do that. This one is also a sled pushing simulator, so lots of cardio, much more than last year. So here, now when I showed you on Thursday, the Bulletproof booth was not up and going. It was basically bits and pieces and parts. I don't know that I'm going to have time to come over here and get you guys a full review video on any of their products. I do have some general thoughts about Bulletproof, but for this video, for this live walkthrough, I kind of want to let us walk through all of the stuff that's over here. So here we've got their VTS, and the cool thing about Bulletproof is they're always tinkering. So as you can see, we've got some rotating grips. This stuff is super cool. The VTS absolutely moves super smooth. I'll show you on one of the other ones where I can actually lift it with one hand. But they have got VTS cable attachments. They've got this with the kind of the lateral raise attachment that attaches to a VTS via cables. Everything's rack attached. They have figured out so many different ways to use the VTS system. So it's really cool to see that and to see just how smooth and well built this is. Oh, that one's not working. I don't want to break something. I know the one over here is working really well. So here we've got more, I believe this is the VTS Lite over here, where you can strap in your own barbell or your individual handles. So these are pretty sweet. These are a little bit smaller in real life than I thought they would be, but they still take up your entire rack. So here we've got a VTS Lite that's hooked up to another pull-down attachment so that you can use your, basically the upright on your rack as a weight stack and get that converted over. So some very cool stuff there. These guys were here real late setting up. Here's the isolator. This thing is actually bigger in real life than I thought it would be. This thing is taking up a lot of room. The cool thing about the Bulletproof stuff is if you like to tinker, if you like to dial everything in exactly, if you like to play with the exact angle of force curves, if you like to play with the exact movement pattern, dial stuff into your body, your biomechanics, Bulletproof is the way to go. It's going to take up a lot of room. I don't think that this stuff comes on and off the rack all that easy. I really think it needs a dedicated stand or rack, and we'll talk about that more in the podcast that I record. But versatility is unmatched. I want to show you on the other side here. So I'll come back over here. They've got this new weight arm which allows you to change the resistance based on the plate loading. So instead of using cables, this is a brand new attachment over here that allows you to put weights in 3 different horns. And actually there's a piece missing that was on here before. It normally looks like an anchor, but that will allow you again to change the weight placement and really change what you're getting out of each exercise. So very cool setup from Bulletproof. They won Best New Booth this year at the show. So very cool that they did that. They've been gonna come the first 2 years and they never did. It's nice to see them actually come to the show this year with a full showing. These guys bought, I think this is the second biggest booth in the show. Unlike the major fitness booth, let's dump on them again. This is actually filled with equipment, filled with people, filled with interest, and really stands up well. And the cool thing is, meeting the Bulletproof folks, they are some of the nicest people here, some of the absolutely most genuine, caring, open people here. Those folks. So more VTS stuff with. I believe that is a vertical leg press, and then here is that I've used that I know works. So I always wondered how well these worked, and first of all, the knurling is fantastic. I'm gonna try and get back so you guys can see it, lifting it up. The smoothness of this, guys, there is zero play in this. There is absolutely, you can't get it, it doesn't budge. It doesn't shake, it doesn't move, there is no wiggle room. The tolerances on this stuff is phenomenal. So seeing this stuff in real life, seeing how over-engineered this stuff is. Like I said, on Thursday, if you watch the live stream from then, this booth was just parts everywhere, and you can see just how many parts go into all of these. Now this doesn't come off of your rack real easy, so again, this is something you're going to dedicate a rack to. But as you saw by the other racks here, the versatility of this stuff is just fantastic. So thanks to Bulletproof for bringing everything out. Really love seeing them grow as a company. I know you guys asked to see a lot of content. I am going to make an effort to get a video over here, but I gotta be honest, guys. Time is just kind of disappearing faster than you can imagine while I'm here. So this may be the only look I'm able to give you. If you've got any questions on this stuff while on the live stream, pop them in the comments. I'm happy to help you out while I try and type, keep the camera steady, not run into people, and hope that you guys can actually hear me. So it is super loud in here, and lots going on. Let's keep moving along. We're gonna come back over here. Best new product of the show went to the Dialed Motion leg developer, and they are next to the PRX booth. If you haven't seen my video on the leg developer from Dialed Motion, make sure and check it out. I posted that this morning. Today is Saturday of the show. There we've got Winnie of Glux Gym fame over there talking to the Dialed Motion guys. Make sure to check this review out. But what I want to show you, another product I was hoping to fully review while I was here, is the PRX Dialed Motion collaboration. If you guys are at home and you're looking at a folding rack, one of the things you typically had to give up on was a cable system. And Dialed Motion has partnered with PRX on their folding rack to bring you a cable system that mounts. I'll show you a couple cool things about this. So they've got their retractor here. Their retractor is probably the coolest way to attach a cable, something so you don't have to worry about your cable length being exact. This kind of dials in and out the cable length to whatever you need. So as you move this up and down, the cable itself goes in and out of the retractor. That little tab there locks it. And so you can do pull from high up, pulls from down low. It's one of the things that made doing this with the standard cable system impossible. Only Dialed Motion could have done this. Another cool thing is I want you to see these guys. If you look the way that they designed these actually come off. So there's a magnet over here that sticks it to the unit, and there's two little pop pins that you can pull out, or mag pins that you can pull out, that allow you to slide this up and down. It slides up and down easily with the magnets, but it also allows you to pull it off so that if you want to store it, if you want to get this out of the way, to use your rack for other stuff, it's real easy to take on and off. So for those of you guys looking for wall-mounted stuff for your garage, for those of you guys who have limited space, for those of you super weirdos who park your car in the garage and need to get everything out of the way, this is a great solution. PRX really turns out to be an awesome company. The build quality on this is absolutely fantastic. So PRX's product quality to begin with is better than most in this category. Everything that they make hangs on the wall. You can actually get your entire gym on the wall. Now, if you don't need to hang it on the wall, you can actually have something that actually collapses backwards. So you can do a full rack if you don't like a half rack. Notice this folds up right on the wall. PRX was really the first people to do this well, as far as the wall and stuff, and to actually do it with good quality. So really loving what these guys are doing. Here's some of their arms, which they're well known and notorious for. These are not the Halo arms though. The Halo arms are actually right over here. These are the ones for Jammergate from last year. And it's nice to see these guys partnering with Vendetta Strength and Kyle DIY from Kaizen, I don't remember the name, Kaizen DIY YouTube channel. So these are the ones that caused all the kerfuffle last year. And PRX has expanded. If you don't want to mount things in the wall, you just want the PRX quality, you do have freestanding racks, freestanding half rack with functional trainers. These guys have really come a long way. I want to show you one more Dialed Motion product that really just turns out to be really cool. So Dialed Motion has actually come out with safety straps, and what they are is they are rack attached safety straps, so that these are magnetic on the side, just like those trolleys that I showed you, where this is going to come off, flip right over here, and then you just put a mag pin in the side, and it allows you to get these safety straps. For those of you guys who have used safety straps, these are probably the best way to do a safety. When your bar touches it, you don't get that jarring motion of metal. The problem with safety straps is typically, like with Rogue safety straps, you've got to turn these to get them off, which then twists the strap. You have to have a bunch of slack. It's a pain in the butt. They're super heavy. With these, they pop right on and off with the mag pin in the side, get right out of your way. The easier things are to use, the more you'll use them. So I wanted to show you this as well during this live stream so you can see just one more cool product from Dialed Motion. Very, very cool stuff. There's Gluck. So there's Gluck's cameraman. He's the real genius behind the whole deal. Without him, Gluck's nothing.
That's the real talent right there.
That's right. So this is another one, guys. Coop was here yesterday. Gluck's here today. I saw Jonathan from No Fate 24/7 this afternoon. There's 26 people from the internet here. There's Kyle from Kaizen Kaizen DIY. I don't know why I can't remember Kyle's YouTube channel name, but there's the man himself, Mr. DIY. And here we are. I shot 4 videos in Fringe Sports booth yesterday, but I'll give you a kind of a tour. Here's their lat pull down low row. It goes up to 300 and some odd pounds. Yes, it looks just like the one that ATX makes, and these guys have actually been working together. So don't flip out. I've got a whole review that explains it, but we've got that. We've got their rack attached Smith machine, which is a bring your own bar. I've got a full review coming out on this as well, but to give you guys a quick look, if you like the idea of getting your bar out of the way and using your own bar, this is a great way to go. This is just going to attach to the front of your rack here, and these guys should have this out shortly. This thing back here is called a Dragonfly. So I've also got a review on this coming out. Spent some time here last night. PK is here today. Saw Pete Keller, the mastermind and owner of Fringe Sport. This thing's pretty cool. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check everything out that I'm posting. I've got enough content that I will be editing videos for quite a long time. But you check this out. This is super cool. Looks great. I'm sure it's going to come in at a reasonable price point. There's 3 or 4 different ways that you can attach weight to this to change where the resistance is. So based on where you put these weights and out here, changes where the heaviest portion of the movement is. So this is really cool. I played with this a lot yesterday. Really, really enjoyed using it. If you guys are looking to build some swole up boulder shoulders, and yes, I did do that intentionally, you can get something like this. This is a product you're seeing more and more of at the show, but Fringe Sport doing a great job. Right on the other side, we've got AbMat. These are the guys who fill in all of the missing parts of your gym, all the things that make working out better, all the things that make your gym better, all the things that they're the accessories that you didn't know you need until you needed them. This is something I'll be ordering now that I've got the new logo, is the Roo box. They make these where you can print your logo on it. If you've ever slipped and missed a plyo box and slapped your shin on something, you will appreciate how this is made. And if you've ever bought a padded box because you don't like hitting your shin on them and then realize that those are unstable, this is the best of both worlds. Probably the best plyo box in the world right here. And the cool thing is I can get my new logo put on it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So let's head back over here. Got some very cool stuff to show you over here for sure. Here's Synergy. I did shoot a full review of these guys yesterday, but Synergy Custom Fitness really stepping up their game over last year. Last year they had kind of a long, skinny display with just these vertical dumbbell storage pieces. These guys are a custom rack builder for storage. Look at all the colors that you can get. So if you need to store anything in your gym and you want to make it look nice, match your gym, they're showing some really cool new dumbbell storage carts this year. These guys are USA made, custom built to order, based out of Florida, family owned business. Right behind is the Delta rack. This is the rack that I have in my gym now for the silverback dumbbells. Here you can see it out in the open. I've got a full review on this coming out that I shot yesterday, but look how pretty that is. Check out the rolling cart underneath for your storage. So for those of you guys who would like a full dumbbell rack, but you don't have enough room, this thing goes fully vertical. You can attach vertical storage to the sides and get that rolling cart underneath. Really some great solutions. And like I said, just a great company to deal with. Coming along this way, I want to head over here. I just spent some time at the Force USA booth this morning. I mentioned this, I showed this on the live stream on Thursday. I was wrong on this. This is not a C10 version 2, this is the C20. I've got 2 different videos I'm showing